Let's get it. Let's get it. Live from the porch again. It's your boy King Moses, the anointed one. Let me make sure I'm set up right. Make sure everything is copacetic. Good to go. Make sure everything good to go. Sure we good. Post these links. Test it out. Church. Let me check this out. Send it a couple people. Too futuristic for this shit, man. Too futuristic. They gonna learn one day. They gonna learn one day, man. Been telling these motherfuckers about this shit. They still don't get it. But I understand, man. Sometimes it takes some time for people to digest the information. They'll get it later. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually somebody will get it. All it takes is one. What up, bro? What up? All right. Let's see this. Check this out. Check this out. Testing this. Sure we get these comments right. Cool. All right. Give it a couple seconds real quick. What this one talking about? You will have that correct information. Yeah, I seen it too much. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me go get some water real quick. Be right back. Oh man. Whew. All right, I'm back. Got my water. Man, live from the porch, man. I had to get up on here and speak on some shit, man, because when I be breaking some shit down, it just be like motherfuckers still don't be understanding me, whatever. It's like, I don't know, like maybe it's my delivery or something like that. Maybe people just be like, oh yeah, he just crazy old crazy nigga talking shit or whatever. It sound entertaining or whatever, but they don't be listening or whatever. But it's cool, but I don't be worried about that. But eventually when shit pop up, and then I'll be like, yeah, I told you so. See this shit I said right here? This match up exactly what the fuck I was talking about. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? I'll be on Facebook and I'll be seeing the memory shits pop up or whatever. I just forget how much I used to go live on Facebook, just you know what I mean, doing what I'm doing now or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Whether I was about to go in the streets, leaving the club, you feel what I'm saying? Just got from some action on my way to some action. you know what I mean, just going live because I just like to talk or whatever, you know what I mean, keep myself entertained or whatever, you feel what I'm saying, when I was in my state of mind, or just get some shit off my chest. This is my kind of form of therapy within myself. And I get the chance to fucking pass some information along to those that, are seeing this shit, and then maybe pass that along to people that don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So I just forgot how many videos I used to do, like going live and shit on fucking Facebook. So motherfucking memories pop up and shit or whatever. And I seen this fucking video from 5 years ago. Fucking going up the Laurel get my hair cut. I think I had just got, I don't know, might have just been just on my mind or whatever. Fuck. Sometimes I go live like the next day when I, you know what I mean, more clear mind and sober up. But even though I be drunk or whatever, I still be talking that real shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't be misguided, but you know what I mean? But I'm more focused when I'm sober or whatever. So I don't know what was going on, but I know I was going to get my hair cut up at Laurel. So I was talking about some bullshit about like niggas doing dumb shit, claiming bras that ain't theirs. And, you know what I mean? Just some real futuristic shit where it's like, I don't know if it's necessarily futuristic, but it's just like, this shit still apply today, man. And like niggas is still out here doing this shit. Niggas still fighting over hoes. You know what I mean? Niggas still violating what I consider man laws or whatever, where I thought that niggas as a whole kind of understood. You're gonna have your outliers and your renegade niggas that just gonna be cutthroat, just do whatever to get some pussy, whatever, and don't have no morals. But I thought overall, you feel what I'm saying, as gentlemen of the cloth, niggas had an understanding of like the do's and don'ts of the game. And it just seems like there's always some misconceptions and fucking confusion about what is and what ain't, you feel what I'm saying, acceptable. Or, you know what I mean, whatever. Now, I've said this before, like, I can't tell another man how to do his job or get a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's approach is different. What works for you may not work for me. Well, definitely what works for me may not work for you. It just all depends on you as a person. You have to identify that. That's going to take some time and fucking, experience in the game or whatever to get your craft down right or whatever. So, for example, which brought this up and what made me want to talk about this shit was just, for example, buying drinks, right? Now, when we talk about this gray area of like tricking, could buying women drinks technically be considered tricking? Or or is it just okay or across the board? Or is it not okay across the board? You feel what I'm saying? There's always a confusion about that. There's always a hot topic or debate or whatever, and always like a different stance on that shit or whatever. Because like if I go in the club or whatever and I buy a girl a bottle, does that necessarily say that I'm tricking? I don't know. You know what I mean? Would I be wrong to saying that it is, or would somebody else be wrong to say that that's not? That's just the nice thing to do. I need some people to let me know whatever, because I mean, I always think there's a gray area. I always think that you can't be so far left and so far right. It all depends on the scenario and the situation. But for the most part, in my opinion, I think that it is. Now, even when like, because they always again I'm trying to stay on path, right? I told y'all about this whole it ain't tricking if you got it shit. Like, I totally disagree with that shit or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? But even that is a gray area. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't say under no circumstances that it is tricking if you got it or whatever the case may be or whatever. But it just depends on like your intent, what you're doing it for, whatever, and why. And you know what I mean? Every scenario is different. So, you know, um, if that's my home girl, whatever, like I have no intentions on like trying to get at this girl, whatever. you know what I mean, she come in town or whatever, you know, I was like, yeah, we all having a good time. I'll get you a drink or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I personally don't see anything wrong with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because your intent is not to just like have sex. Your intent is just like, you know, like you buy one around for your homeboy or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, you know, they would do the same for you, right? This is what you would think. Um, and I'm not talking a big money nigga type shit because I'm broke. You feel what I'm saying? I never wanted to be this whole, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm big balling or whatever. And obviously, if you're in a different money bracket, then your expectation is going to be a little different, I guess. You feel what I'm saying? But staying on the whole intent about sexual intent. So if you not having no type of intentions at all about like no sex or whatever, and like even if this person threw it at you, whatever, like you want some more, nah, I'm good or whatever. Like now I'm married. I'm not going to step out on my wife or do none of that bullshit or whatever. So if I see one of my like I guess female colleagues at work or whatever, I have no intention on having sex with her. And even if she threw it at me, I'm like, nah, I'm good, whatever. It's not gonna stop me from like if I wanted to buy her a drink, I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? Now, me different in the streets when I was single is a little bit different because first of all, I never bought drinks, period, even for myself. You feel what I'm saying? So like everybody's different. Like I used to go out to the clubs by myself. So my tolerance for drinking is a little different where like I'm not going in the club or the bar or whatever and be like, yeah, well, I'm about to go ahead and buy like a couple of shots of Jack or whatever. That's not going to do shit for me. You feel what I'm saying? So when y'all used to see me drunk off the mix, I'm bringing my liquor in the club. I'm going to the bar, get a cup of ice, dumping my shit out or whatever, pouring up my shit or whatever, and I'm gonna get fucked up. You feel me? And I'll be fucked up the whole night. I'm talking about I can sneak a bottle in the fucking club. That's about fucking maybe a pint of Jack, like a pint of mix that I'll bring in the club. So I'm straight. Like it was to the point where I would bring in goddamn enough Jack or whatever to have me fucked up. I wouldn't even drink the whole shit or whatever. So I'm still having shit in my, you know what I mean, in my pocket or whatever. So I can keep for the next time I'm going out. You feel what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have no reason to be going to no bar or whatever, buying drinks or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And I was just so zoned out and just on the focus of, all right, I'm about to go ahead and get in and get out, get these numbers, keep it moving, hit them up later. Whoop, whoop. I'm not about to be sitting and conversating with no broad, asking her what she want to drink and all this shit or whatever. That wasn't that wasn't my move. You feel me? So that shit didn't work for me. And what I don't like is niggas saying, well, if you don't buy a woman a drink, you can't get a woman. That's bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Or some old, well, that tells you the type of women that you talk to if they will let you get at them without buying them no drinks. That's bullshit to me. You influenced by trick talk or whatever. And this is the shit that I be talking about that be getting on my nerves. You feel what I'm saying? Now, well, I preach to a nigga, hey man, don't buy none of these bitches no drinks or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Whoopty whoop or whatever. Um, I'm not going to say that to all people. I'm just speaking from my perspective, the type of people that I encounter in the areas that I be in or used to be in or whatever, and the type of shit that they be on. You feel what I'm saying? Where they looking for niggas to, you know what I mean, prey on to be like, yeah, I'm about to get some shit out of them, get some free drinks. I have no intentions on dealing with this dude or whatever. And they on the hunt too. You feel what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, man, listen, if you willing to sacrifice, you know what I mean, giving up some drinks, it's not even about the money. No, nobody's tripping about like, oh yeah, like you out here breaking your back or whatever, trying to impress some bitches or whatever. You broke. I'm not talking about that. A fucking you can get it. I don't give a fuck if the shot was $1. It's the principle of it. But if you don't care about all that or whatever, you just like, man, this is my way in. This is what I feel comfortable in doing that shit to get a woman, then that's cool. That's on you. That's what you want to do. I may not agree with it, But at the end of the day, if you stand on it or whatever, and you not trying to convince me that this is the way that everybody needs to be, I can respect it. I'll be like, look, man, that ain't my thing, but I get it. Do you, whatever. Just don't fuck up the game with that shit. And you know what I mean? Just know that you're gonna have some women that's gonna be spoiled now and expecting that all niggas do this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't care about that, that's cool. Now, the way I roll, I don't be I'll give you an example, right? So like when I used to go, my slogan, the motto, what's up with that butt, right? I say that shit. I know that it's just like certain women or certain people that can say that shit or whatever. And I know it's certain people that cannot say that shit, or certain women that you cannot say that to. You feel what I'm saying? Just about reading the audience or whatever. And some people just don't know that and don't see that. So, well, I tell a nigga that's so used to fucking that's like super shy and just look like socially awkward to go up to a girl and be like, what's up with that butt? No, because he's probably not going to deliver it right. He's going to sound look crazy saying it or whatever. But it's a lot of niggas that I know that look like they cut from the cloth that should be saying that shit that ain't. That's who I'm talking to. You feel what I'm saying? And I also know that, you know what I mean, it could be consequences that come behind that, you saying that shit. Just be ready to accept those consequences and deal with them. You feel what I'm saying? So I respect a nigga that just be like, all right, man, if I'm a trick or whatever, this is what I'm doing or whatever. It is what it is. I can't really knock a nigga for that shit. You feel me? But I just don't understand like why niggas don't understand that it is a gray area with shit or whatever. And it don't necessarily like you feeding into the narrative of these women and be like, yeah, you have to do this. Like, no, you don't. You have to do what the fuck you want to do. You feel me? And that's the whole point that I be trying to get to niggas or whatever, and they just don't be understanding or whatever. Like, what I look like going up in the club or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? Buying a whole bunch of girls drinks and bottles and tables and all this shit or whatever. Like, y'all forget where the fuck, man. All right, let me take a sip. Y'all pissing me off. People pissing me off just thinking about this shit. Y'all be acting like I wasn't out there, man. I was out there at the park, meeting these uppity ass fucking Howard broads, Bowie broads, bitches from Montgomery County that got damn silver spoons in their mouth. Got money, but they don't want to spend their money. They want to spend your money. And they don't give a fuck about the type of person that you are. They just caring about what you got to bring to the table for them. And then maybe they'll entertain you and see how long or how much you'll do to acquire them. The bitches got a price tag on them. So what I look like going to the club by myself, I'm on my one man gang shit, and knowing that bras is coming up to me asking me, you know what I mean, like dumbass questions that I know are questions that they will ask to a nigga that they don't give a fuck about. They just worried about what they got materialistically and monetarily that they can provide for them. They're not asking me about my personality or, you know what I mean, trying to get to know me or trying, you know what I mean, they ain't doing all that shit. You feel me? And then with the drink shit or whatever, like, you know what I mean? It's one thing or whatever. I used to always get this base with niggas like, man, I'm not buying no drinks in the club, period, or just for no bitches, whatever, right? But they be like, oh, well, but you spend money or whatever if they come over your house or whatever for some liquor or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And it's not even about the money. Again, this is the principle of it. So if a broad's over in your house or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? You know, you have some hospitality and manners or whatever. So she's in your controlled environment where it's like, all right, she's over in your area, or whatever. You feel me? And it's a different vibe than, oh, well, you at the club, random, you don't even know this person. And now it's a requirement for you to provide a drink for this girl to have a conversation with you. You feel what I'm saying? Then like, oh yeah, well, if she get her drink or whatever, she could just skedaddle off or whatever, and that's fine or whatever. Because bro can come over my house, get drunk or whatever, and still not fuck. And it's like, man, hey, man, it's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. You feel what I'm saying? But you try to make sure that you get all that parameters set, you know what I mean, before the broad comes over. And obviously, if she changed her mind or whatever, then it is what it is. Everything is a fucking risk or a calculate. Nothing's guaranteed. So bro can sell you all day. I'm about to come over. We gonna do this, whatever, whoopie whoop. I like to drink this, all that. Whoopie whoop. Come over, drink all that, and then change her mind and just be like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? The vibe might change for her, or she a really good fucking actor. You will have to take that. That's a part of the game. That's a part of the game. You feel what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Now, some niggas will probably be like, yeah, that's tricking to them. And if it is, I'm not about to debate about, I'm not about to debate with a nigga about that or whatever. Like, if that's what you think, then that's cool. It is what it is, man. I just don't understand why, like, niggas be like, this whole, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's shit just weird to me, man. Like, sometimes I really wish that I could, like, have a group conversation with niggas that, you know what I mean, that be thinking one way or another, whatever, and just like talk about this shit out in the open. Because then as soon as I start like having a conversation with niggas or whatever, niggas be like, oh, I get it. Like, I understand now why you be like that. You feel what I'm saying? Where they just thinking that I'm just like some fucking, I mean, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. And then, you know what I mean? But they just act like I'm just out here fucking clotheslining bitches, snatching bitches' purses, doing all type of wild shit, you know what I mean? Gorilla pimping bitches and all this shit or whatever. Like, nah, man, that don't be the case. I just stand firm on, you know what I mean, or stood firm on the shit that I believed in, and just it was what it was. I just wasn't no fucking nigga that just be fucking talking to bitches and just going with the fucking whatever the fuck they got going on. You know what I mean? Just to get some ass. I just stood firm, like, hey man, if I don't get the bitch, I don't get the bitch. Cause I found another bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was no negotiating with me. I just was very firm on my beliefs and my opinions and what I was going to do and what I wasn't. And it was what it was. You know what I mean? I'm just not into, I wasn't into the game plan and going ring around the rosy with the bitch, whatever, just to try to get some pussy. There's plenty of them around. Like, niggas need to really fucking do the numbers. And I can only specifically talk about this area, this DC metropolitan area. As many bitches that are in DC, PG County, Montgomery County, and Northern Virginia. You don't have to be doing all that. We ain't even gonna talk about the bitches in the boonies and all this shit. I'm talking about another country, fucking Waldorf, fucking down bottom, fucking Accokeek, St. Mary's, all this shit or whatever, Howard County, Anne Arundel, fucking Frederick, all them dumbass fucking places, Woodbridge. We ain't talking about that. You feel what I'm saying? I only had a circumference of like the radius where I would go and frolic on a regular basis. Sometimes when I needed a break or whatever, and you know what I mean, the joint was bad enough, or you know what I mean, on some other shit or whatever, then I'll be willing to go out of the circumference. Not on a regular, but on some once in a while, I'll go ahead and take the trip. But there's too many broads up in here, whatever, in this area for niggas to be doing this shit, man. You feel what I'm saying? And I can only, like I said, I can only speak from my experience. You feel me? Everybody just gotta have a game plan or whatever and just stick to it or whatever, but stop fucking changing yourself as a person just to fucking get a bitch, man. I think that's the message that y'all not understanding, man. Like, if you, man, listen, man. That's like me. I don't smoke weed, right? I'm not about to be like, man, let me go buy this weed or act like I smoke with the bitch just to fucking get the pussy. It's not happening. Bitch smoke or whatever, like she could do what she want to do in her own house or whatever. So I can't tell a broad like, hey man, don't smoke. Like, yeah, I don't like smoke or whatever. I'm just in it to get some pussy. But she ain't finna ask me to buy her some fucking weed because I don't fucking smoke weed. So what the hell do I look like? Oh well, I could buy a dime bag or whatever the fuck fucking weed costs or whatever. I could buy a dime bag and I can get some pussy out the bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Like, to me mentally, I might as well just go on the fucking track and buy a prostitute for $10 if that's the case. Mentally, I just can't do that shit. I can't be like, yeah, oh, you're not about to demand or tell me to buy some weed for you for $10 just to fuck. Cause clearly you know you want to fuck or whatever, but you trying to put some additions on it or whatever that I'm not for. I'm not changing myself or whatever, or you're not about to convince me to be like, yeah, let me smoke with you just to make it seem like I'm more cool and all this shit for the fuck. Not only change yourself, but flash material things to make you feel important. All right, so Drew, so I'm glad you on here, my nigga. So I can only speak from my perspective, right? So will I knock a nigga be the one to buy jewelry and buy all this fancy fly shit or whatever to fucking impress a bitch or whatever? I'm not. That's not my thing or whatever. But I can see why, like, you know what I mean? To me, I ain't gonna say it's corny, but that's just not me. That's not my vibe. I look at it crazy where it's like, if you wouldn't do that just for yourself or whatever, why would you do that to impress a bitch or whatever? You feel what I'm saying? Like, mentally, myself, you should be able to just get a bitch regardless. Like, if you didn't have all this shit or whatever, you should be able in your mind be able to get a bitch. You should have enough confidence in yourself to get a bitch. Because I damn sure know you wasn't doing that shit in high school. You wasn't off the porch fucking pulling up in a Maserati or fucking wearing all this fucking. And this is the problem with these young niggas now, is because they seeing all this shit and they thinking that they gotta do this shit young and early, whatever, to get a bitch. And it's not. That's not the case. For certain bitches, yes, but maybe that's just not they those bitches ain't for them. And niggas gotta accept that. Niggas gotta accept that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where it's like, if the bitch that you think that is gonna be impressed by that don't want you because you ain't got no money and all this shit or whatever, then man, you gotta realize that, like I said, some bitches really ain't worth your time. They really ain't worth your time, because all them bitches that be on that shit, there's a whole bunch of bitches that will fuck with you and you not doing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it's just crazy for me to see somebody do some shit that they wouldn't do on a regular basis for themselves, but they'll do that for a female. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. So when I used to be out in the street, I don't wear jewelry. I don't wear fucking. I mean, I wear some designer shit here and there, whatever, just I like it or whatever. But I could wear some fucking regular, degular, schmegular shit and be like, I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? I just want some whatever shit. You know what I mean? So I just I just knew that bras, like I knew the audience. I knew that it was bras that's just gonna be into these certain type of niggas for the meantime. So, you know what I mean? Certain and women don't stick with that shit. So they could be into niggas that's into really like real designer shit and just like the fancy, flashy motherfuckers, right? They could be into them type of niggas for a period. Then a certain period, they into the fucking niggas that's wearing suits and fucking got government jobs and all that shit. So again, what is a nigga going like? You gonna transform into another nigga now? You gonna turn from Nino Brown to Kareem Akbar, the educated brother from a bank? Like, that shit is weird to me. So it's just like, you have to understand, like, them broads that used to like them niggas ain't fucking with them niggas now, whatever. You just gotta learn that, all right, it is what it is, but it's still a select few bitches or whatever that's still gonna fuck with the whatever the fuck type niggas, the flashy motherfuckers. Just like vice versa, the niggas that's got degrees and you know what I mean, good jobs and just on some old regular shit or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be out here acting like you Tony Montana and pushing these packs off or whatever to impress a bitch. I never did that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I think I did all right. More than all right. My numbers is in the rafters. My fucking jersey's in the rafters. My numbers is stating. You know what I mean? It's stated in the stat book. You feel what I'm saying? And goddamn, I've been everywhere, from Maine to Spain. You feel what I'm saying? So ain't like I've been some local yokel ass nigga that just been over in my little neighborhood or whatever and just one spot on and just cleaning up and I don't know how to adjust and do all this and take my motherfucking show on the road and put my numbers up. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas seen me dolo. So, and I done hit all creeds, colors, shapes, and sizes, goddamn, of bitches. You feel what I'm saying? From the ones to the tens. And the problem is, I ain't got no problem to say, hey, man, I hit a fucking busted joint or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Joint that I normally wouldn't pay time of day. But I took the layup. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. Nigga clown. I'm like, I don't care. I still got that. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And like I'm just focusing all on the fucking layups or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I diversify my portfolio. Because the problem is these niggas out here chasing all these tens or whatever, and that's how you get caught up or whatever, loving them and shit, and fucking nutting up in them and fucking having babies by them, and having all these fucking baby mamas, and then now you stressed out because the bitch quit you or whatever, and she did what she's supposed to do. She didn't hit you with a gypsy boot. Them bitches, you know that. But you so caught up with the fucking, oh, she's a 10 and all this shit or whatever, man. So fuck all that. My bad, Drew. Okay, so basically she giving up for a dime bag. Yup. I mean, listen, man, when a lot of these broads, niggas always want to say technically, yeah, it ain't tricking if you got it, but niggas ain't saying shit to these bitches like basically, so you're a sex worker. You're giving it up for this. You're having sex with a nigga for a purse. You're having sex with a nigga for a drink or whatever. Like, it is what it is. But I guarantee you, if a nigga was to be like, hey man, hey bitch, I'll give you $120 to suck my dick, it's disrespectful. But if a nigga takes a broad shopping and buys a fucking Birkin bag or whatever, I don't know how much some shits cost. It's more respectful, and that's not tricking. That's just you being a gentleman. Got it. Buy for yourself. Not for no broad, no other dude. Do it for yourself. Yes, I mean, that's just all I've been saying, man. Like, do whatever the hell it is that you would do for yourself. So if you buying drinks for everybody, whatever, and no matter what, then I have no problem with that, man. But don't try to select and turn on and off when you want to be doing this and doing all that. So, for example, if I have no type of sexual intentions on sleeping with this broad. She cool. She my homegirl, whatever. I'm going to hook her up or whatever, whoop or whatever. Fine. But I'm not about to switch it off and be like, well, this is my homegirl too, but she ugly as shit. But she cool as a motherfucker. But I'm not going to buy her drinks. So now I'm starting to question, are you really trying to buy these drinks just because you being cool, or you low-key trying to fuck on the low? You feel what I'm saying? It's just a gray area, and all I'm saying is keep it consistent. But some of these niggas ain't or whatever. Sometimes the shit ain't matching up. You feel me? And that's what I think the problem is. People lack self-confidence. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just what it is, man. And like I said, these niggas is getting hypnotized because these bras is telling them you have to do this to get with me. You feel what I'm saying? And because they ain't got a good surrounding of a support group to tell them or whatever, like, man, that ain't shit. You ain't got to do all that. You know what I mean? I can get back into my background on why the fuck I came out the way I came out. I don't think y'all ready for that. You feel what I'm saying? Because y'all not ready for that, man. Y'all not ready for that. I'm not getting into that bag, man. I'm not getting in that. Armani Exchange don't. Yeah, I used to rock a whole bunch of Armani. I still wear that shit or whatever. I don't go out like that no more. But I feel cool, like, man, it might not be in now, whatever the fuck, whatever, but I wear it because I'm like, yo, this shit fly, whatever. I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to be on some, oh yeah, I can't wear this no more, whatever. I need to rock fucking whatever the fuck, Louis Vuitton or whatever to fit in or whatever. Like, I'm not doing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I didn't wear Gucci shit because like I just didn't like it, and I just thought that it was like super oversaturated and overhyped. I didn't really like that shit or whatever, and it was just like it just seemed like a lot of niggas was just buying it just to fit in or whatever to look like they. And I mean, I get it. So it's just like, I mean, if I really really wanted it, I would wear it, but I just didn't like it. You feel what I'm saying? That was just me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I goddamn was wearing Sergio to Tangini 10 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? And I probably was the only nigga that was wearing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Now niggas slowly starting to get in that bag or whatever. And I'm like, that's cool, whatever, but that's just an example of me doing what the fuck I want. I wear because I fucking like it. You feel what I'm saying? F that, I'm me. If she can't accept me for being me, she ain't for me. Clothes, cars, intelligence, etc. Yeah, man. Like, I mean, like I said, that's the message that I'll be trying to portray, and then niggas just be like over skipping that or whatever, and just on the whole trying to come up with a fucking excuse to say why the shit that they doing is okay, whatever. And I'm like, man, I may disagree with it, but if you choose to do that, then that is on you. But don't come back or whatever and goddamn start crying and saying, man, I fucked up doing this. This shit happened to me. And I told you that this shit was gonna happen when you dealt with them type of bitches and you were doing the fucking action that you were doing. So if you want to motherfucking step out on your lady, and you want to be fucking taking bitches out on dates, out in public, having a good old nigga time, all in the motherfucking limelight, all in the motherfucking camera, especially now with all these fucking gypsies with this super spy technology and shit, and you get fucking busted. Don't come calling and crying to me like, damn, man, I got busted. I can't believe this shit, man. How did this happen? And then you explain to me when I ask you what happened, you like, well, I was out at the fucking restaurant, strike one. Then I was out drinking and not strike two. And then she started taking pictures and on her fucking phone, strike three, you're out. You know the rules of the fucking game. You know the shit that you needed to be fucking avoiding and stop doing or whatever. Niggas told you, and you still ain't want to fucking listen, but you was so fucking horny, corny to get in that pussy that you just said, man, I'll do whatever and toss any normal logic out the window just to get that ass. It ain't gonna happen to me. I ain't gonna get caught. But these bitches out here is super smart. I will give it to them. These gypsies are super fucking smart. They will act like they stupid. They stupid in the mind as far as their logic, but they smart with their ways and how they catch motherfuckers up. You feel what I'm saying? And it just be like, niggas don't even be in their right mind because niggas don't think proactively. Niggas don't think like that. Niggas just use common sense sometimes. And sometimes common sense just be out the window where it's like, you like just need to fucking walk down a straight line. That's all we thinking about. But then niggas don't be thinking, well, if you walk down this straight line, you might fucking, I don't know, trip and fall over this fucking step. Niggas just be like, man, I'm focused to get to the A to B. That's it. But some of them bras be so detailed into this shit or whatever, they be thinking about, all right, they don't even be thinking get to A to B. They be thinking about all the other non-important shit to fucking say why you shouldn't go A to B. You feel what I'm saying? And they will go above and beyond to make sure that they can find it. So they can point it out. So what I'm saying is, if you know what you're doing is wrong, and you gotta live with them consequences, man. And all I'm saying is just stop teaching these little niggas out here that the way that you doing shit is the right way and it's the only way to obtain a bitch or how to move. Because that is not the case. You might know in your mind that I am doing some fucked up shit, man, but it works for me. That is fine. Put out that disclaimer because that's the disclaimer I put out. I'm like, man, what works for me might not work for you, but if you can relate to me and what I'm saying, and you doing the similar things that I'm doing, and you meeting the similar people that I'm moving, here's a way how to do it. You take it, and you might not have to take what I say verbatim. You take pieces of that or whatever and apply it to yourself and switch it to your own fucking way. You feel what I'm saying? But don't be out here telling these niggas, man, you gotta buy broads drinks or whatever to have a conversation. Get the fuck out of here, man. That Gypsy Introduction 102, man. They not ready for that shit, man. They ain't ready for the autobiography of King Moses, man, the anointed one. They don't want to see that, man. Man. What Pimp C say, man, if I told you cocaine numbers, you would think I was lying. Young ass niggas 22 is talking about they retire. They wouldn't believe that shit, man. And the funny thing is, niggas been out there and seen shit live in the flesh or whatever, and they just listen, man. Niggas must got fucking early Alzheimer's or something. Niggas be forgetting, man. And like I said, they know I'm not one of them niggas that be like bragging on myself or just throwing shit up or whatever. They know I ain't no liar. I ain't no fucking liar. Niggas can say, oh yeah, he might embellish some shit. Some of this shit I be saying, y'all can't believe it. But if you was out there and seeing this shit, you'd be like, man, this nigga's not lying. This nigga's not lying. This shit sound like some shit out of a fucking movie. And I ain't no special nigga. I be out with some regular ass niggas. I'm a regular nigga. I ain't no fucking celebrity. I wasn't no celebrity, whatever. I wasn't this and all that. But I was it, man. Listen, man, we not doing that. We not doing that today, man. Not on the porch. We not doing that. We not doing that, man. We not doing that. Cause I can get in a whole nother bag about these show off niggas and all that shit. Cause the main ones that be doing that tricking is them show off niggas, man. Like if you got it, you got it. Speak for itself. But some niggas be going above and beyond the fucking showcase they shit or whatever, just to impress a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Making themselves look more than what they ain't. You feel what I'm saying? I told y'all about these. Man, you know what? Hold up. We about to get into some shit or whatever. I posted some shit a fucking couple like a week ago or some shit like that. Fucking the Oprah bitch got this fucking network or whatever shit. So she got some dumbass show on there about you know how they doing these fucking dumbass reality shows or whatever. They be, you know, they is money in that VH1 gypsy shit or whatever, right? So they making some fucking show about some niggas in DC talking about the real, what the fuck is that shit called? Real Husbands of DC or some shit like that. Is that what it's called? Shit pissed me off. Shit pissed me the fuck off. Hold on, I'm about to look on there right now and see exactly what the fuck that shit was called. Now I gotta charge my goddamn phone up. Goddamn shit about to die. Hold on, I'm about to read this shit right now. Cause I said I was gonna go on the porch about that, but I got sidetracked on some other bullshit. You feel me? Hold up, let me go and see exactly what this shit called, cause I couldn't believe this shit. Oh, here you go. Uh Meet the men of DC ready to love. These fine gentlemen of DC, some bullshit like that, right? So I put the shit up because the crazy thing is this tells you how much these bitches really care about niggas, right? And that's why I don't be understanding why niggas be trying to go above and beyond to impress these bitches, and they are showing and saying that goddamn they don't give a fuck about niggas like that for real. What you say, Renard Bachelor DMV, some shit like that. Yeah, it was, man. Hold on real quick, man. Give me 1 second, because I'm about to go in. Let me plug my phone up, whatever, because I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck is up. Y'all stay tuned. Hold up. We got a commercial break, goddamn it. We back from the fucking plug commercial. All right. So yeah, Bachelor DMV, some shit like that. And but it specifically said DC, right? So, all right. It's always this debate about the fucking DMV, DC, whatever the fuck, you feel what I'm saying? Like niggas that be like, yeah, well, I'm from DC, but they actually from PG County or Montgomery County, whatever the fuck. Then you got motherfuckers in Baltimore, whatever, be like, I'm from the DMV, whatever, all that shit, right? Now, you have people on this shit or whatever talking about these niggas don't look like no niggas from DC, whatever. Then also you got your fucking transplant people that's from somewhere else. They've been in DC for a long time, whatever. They working or whatever, but they don't act like the regular DC. They don't act like a DC nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this is what pissed me off, right? So we like whatever. Like if every like you gonna have your own. Like first of all, I don't know what a DC nigga acts like. You feel what I'm saying? Like maybe a certain nigga from DC, that's what they're talking about. So if you talk about a nigga from like, you can't tell me that all niggas from Southeast is the same. Or all the niggas from uptown is the same. You feel what I'm saying? Like you got some niggas that just are like, you have niggas that sell drugs and they're from DC and they don't go nowhere and whatever, and they be like this. You got niggas that went to school, got educated or whatever, whoop-de-whoop, all that shit or whatever. There's different type of niggas. So like niggas are not doing specific shit. So they're taking one type of person from DC and be like, them niggas don't look like no niggas from DC. You feel what I'm saying? Where like that's not the case. But the whole point is they trying to clown them niggas or whatever and be like, these niggas look like some fucking the joke that was put on there on the tweet, whatever, they was like, they just grabbed some random niggas from the park and put them on the show. Now, if anybody, I got a lot of friends from the city, I got a lot of friends from Baltimore that don't go nowhere, whatever. They ain't never been there before. But I also have some people that then came down and wanted to come see whatever. They've been to the park. Y'all know the dynamic of people that go in there. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I've been to the park on a regular basis. I don't look like the normal status quo man that goes to the park. The type of men that you go and see at the park is like these fucking studious looking niggas. They be wearing suits and shit. They be trying to perpetrate like they fucking. And I'm not saying some of these niggas don't work at these fucking government jobs, because I like we not about to act like niggas. I know I worked in the goddamn government. I know what the fuck is up. They'll act like they fucking just got off of work on Friday. They wear suits all day and they just got straight off of work, went to happy hour. Whoop-de-whoop. There's a select few people and places that people go that they have to have this corporate attire and they wear it on a regular basis, and then they just work late and they go straight to fucking happy hour at these places. Now, we talking about goddamn 9:30, 10 o'clock. Let's just, no, fuck all that. We talking about, I used to get in there about like 12 o'clock. Ain't no goddamn way that these niggas is been working that long on a Friday, got off, went straight to fucking park with a fucking suit and tie on. They just got off of work. Because I've heard niggas say that the shit to the bitches. You know what I mean? Now, you can justify and say like, oh yeah, well, the nigga really got off at 6. He went straight to happy hour because they do have a happy hour. They did have a happy hour there. Motherfuckers used to just be there with a whoop-de-whoop. And then, but you staying for happy hour all the way to fucking 12 o'clock just to be at, no, we not doing that or whatever. So niggas be perping or whatever to impress these bitches and be like, oh, I work at the Department of Defense. I work at DOT. Look at my business card. Look at my suit. I'm studious. I got money. Open your legs so I can get your pussy. Ma'am, please. Now, back to the point I was saying, whatever. So these niggas look like some fucking suit and tie niggas or whatever. And broads was on there clowning these niggas like, these niggas look ugly. And I ain't judging no niggas look, whatever. But they like these lookers look like they some Bamas, they some cornballs, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. They could have got some better niggas up on here than that. So the funny thing to me is like, so you mean to tell me that these the type of niggas that y'all think that is corny, but yet some of y'all women be trying to act like y'all want these type of dudes. Y'all want these type of dudes when y'all go in these clubs, when y'all want something to drink. And when you want a fucking bottle and you want a table and you want to sit with them niggas that have these same suits on and ties and be doing something for themselves, allegedly, not illegal, taking care of themselves, making money, but now they fucking corny and they fucking ugly, but yet you take their drinks and drink their bottles and be stunting on their fucking tables and going on your Snapchat and your TikTok and your fucking Instagram and all that shit at their tables. But then when they looking for love, oh, they just they not good enough. They not a representation of our city. No, they no. But the flip side is if they put a bunch of fucking gangster niggas from fucking Southeast or Uptown or goddamn Northeast from Trinidad or some shit like that, y'all gonna be like, why y'all put these ghetto niggas on here? This ain't a representation. Where are all the classy men? Remember when the motherfucking nigga, what's the nigga name that was a rapper that was coming out, was rapping with a suit on? Jahinda or Jenga or some shit like that? What happened to that nigga? Talking about that classy man shit. Bitches was all on that shit for a good second. I'm looking for a classy man, whoop-de-whoop, all that shit, et cetera, et cetera. Now that bitches want to fucking twerk the fucking that fucking gangster shit again. They ain't looking for no classy man. See how they be switching up and shit? You feel what I'm saying? And that's why I just don't be understanding. Like, y'all niggas don't see the signs and be like, man, look, this is how these bitches is, man. We gotta fucking tighten the fuck up, man, and just be like, man, these bitches only want us for our material shit. Do these bitches really want us for ourselves? And if not, we got to deal with them accordingly, or deal with the bitches that actually want you for yourself. If you one of the most studious ass because that's your personality and you just doing that just to be you as a person and not to fucking impress a bitch, then that's fine. And just realize that there's a select bitches that ain't gonna like you, whatever, unless you giving up some money or taking care of them. And you don't have to do that. If you want to do that, I think that's a dumb, wise decision. But you know what comes with that if you do that. And just be ready to be like, all right, whatever. Don't cry over spilled milk or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's like, yeah, I bought this girl a table and whoop-de-whoop, and she won't go out on a date with me. I went out on a date with this girl. Yeah, she's a stripper, but I thought she was a good woman. She ended up sleeping with my friend. Because you look like a nigga that she could do that on, and she did it, and you ain't gonna do shit about it. And now she gonna go tell her friend, yeah, this is what I did to this nigga. And they gonna be planning to try to get you again and again and again and again. And that's why I used to stay low key, because I was the tallest nigga in the goddamn club, or one of them. So I stuck out like a sore thumb or whatever. So I always motherfucking moved like a shinobi ninja, goddamn it. I always was, man, boom, boom, keep it moving, whatever. I always keep my shit on the low. I used to stay goddamn by myself or was with my niggas. You feel what I'm saying? I was chilling. I ain't even like even walking with niggas or whatever, because I ain't want to book abroad and be like, oh, that's your, I know you know him or whatever. And then niggas be low-key hating or trying to fucking throw salt on your name, or bitch going to use that as an excuse. Like, I can't fuck with you because you such and such homeboy. I always used to stay on the low, whatever. And that's one of the video, when I posted the video earlier, that's what that was talking about how niggas will do anything if they'll throw salt on your name. They'll fucking be trying to claim these bitches that ain't theirs. All that shit. They'll get mad at you for talking to the bitch or fucking with the broad. These niggas will fucking try to sneak fuck these bitches, whatever, and don't even say nothing to you, whatever. Like, shit's weird, man. But y'all don't understand, man. Y'all understand till it happens. Y'all will understand when until it happens to you or your son, your little nephew. Like, damn, that's fucked up. Heard about this shit somewhere before. I don't know who said it. I said it. Y'all learn. Like I said, niggas be motherfucking having amnesia and fucking Alzheimer's, acting like they ain't see shit happen when it happened. I was there. I was there. But y'all niggas will learn, man. But all in all, like I said, if I would like to hear niggas explanations and really like fucking do a fucking chop up with some niggas that be like, man, this is what I do, whatever. I ain't gonna clown you, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? You clown me. I mean, this is whatever. You feel what I'm saying? But I really be wanting to get down to the gist of like understanding of like, man, this is how it's supposed to be out here, man. Cause I'm on the porch. So I don't know what the whole fucking mood is now, whatever shit done changed. I ain't been out in fucking forever. I've been on the porch since goddamn, I forgot when I met that when I met my wife. I want to say that goddamn at least since fucking 2000 goddamn 18 or 19 or whatever. But I already put it out there when I was done with the shit. Because I done did everything I wanted to do plus more. And I was suffice. So you never catch me out here slipping or whatever like the rest of these niggas or whatever. I be trying to tell niggas because niggas ain't achieved the shit that they wanted to for real, and they just still fucking thinking that they got it, still doing all this shit and get caught up with these gypsies. So it is what it is, man. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. You know what I mean? So y'all look at this shit or whatever. Y'all say what you say. Let me know what's up, what y'all think or whatever. And then when shit pop up, man, I'll talk about it. Just let me know, man. King Moses out, man.